Tonight we're going to be talking about the man who never seems to leave the eye of the news, Jesse Ventura. And also, the studio is filled with animals tonight. We're going to be talking with Rebecca McDonald from the Clarion County Humane Society. It's all tonight on Feedback. Good evening and welcome to Feedback. I'm Mark Despotakis. As I said, we have a good show lined up for you tonight, talking with Rebecca McDonald, the manager of the Clarion County Humane Society. We have a cat and a dog here for you, so it looks to be a pretty good show. But first, I want to talk a little bit about Jesse, the body, or the mind, or whatever he wants to be called this week, Ventura. He has been in the news ever since he was elected the governor of Minnesota, and most people don't know the name of their own governor, but everybody seems to know the name of Jesse Ventura and that he's the governor of Minnesota. Well, this past week it came out that he did an article with Playboy magazine, and he came out with some interesting thoughts in this article, some strange thoughts. A couple of them I want to run by you, maybe talk about them a little bit each. First of all, he said legalize prostitution and drugs. Whatever, doesn't matter to me either way. Another thing he said was that the reason that some people are fat is because they just don't push away from the table. Well, I don't think that that's something that's always true. That may be true in some instances, but that certainly isn't always true. But even those two things haven't fired up a lot of controversy. What has fired up a lot of controversy is this quote I'm going to give to you. This is a quote from the magazine. It was in the paper. Organized religion is a sham and a crutch for weak-minded people who need strength in numbers. It tells people to go out and stick their noses in other people's business. And that was the governor of Minnesota. Now, the question that I was asking myself when I read all of this was, why is he even making a big deal about anything? Why does he have to go out and even make this statement? It really has nothing to do with his politics in Minnesota. There's actually talk of him running for the Reform Party nomination for president. That's probably not going to happen, but even that doesn't have an effect on it. My question is, why is he making such a big deal about this? Why do we keep having to hear about Jesse Ventura? Well, in explaining his comments after, he said, "This is Playboy. They want you to be provocative." That was his reason for giving it. I still don't think it's a very good reason. It offended a lot of people. And I think that the people in Minnesota, from what I've heard, are starting to get sick of hearing from him and about him. I think the rest of the country is. I know I've certainly heard enough about him. I'm tired of hearing about him. And I don't think it's going to stop. When he became the governor, there was the people of Minnesota thought, well, we'll elect him. It's time for a change in our government, which is good. But this change, I don't think it's working. I think the people are tired of hearing from him, that they just want to get on with their lives, and they just want to get on with him not being in the national spotlight. And that's been something that's been a problem. Him being in the national spotlight, I've heard a lot of Minnesotans complaining about that. So that's something I wanted to bring to your attention, that it really bothered me since I saw that article earlier this week about it. Thought I'd bring it to your attention. I'm sure you've heard enough about him, and here I am complaining about him more. I don't think you're going to hear any less of him coming up. I don't think he's going to go away, but my prediction is that he's not going to be voted back into office, and don't count on him being the next president either. So that's that. What we're going to do is we are going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking to Rebecca McDonald, the manager of the Clarion County Humane Society. We'll be back after this.
Early years, young children cannot stand on their own. Uniting parents and children is an important part of the life of a community. Stand for Children encourages people to make a personal commitment to stand for the health of children. 300,000 Americans marched in Washington, D.C. last June to support Stand for Children Day. Stand for Children seeks to lift the belief that children need our help to stand.
Yeah! Yeah! Who's the man? It's my birthday. I'm the man. It's my birthday.
Exercised lately?
Go for the mouthful. Go for the fun. Go for cake. Cakes for everyone. Just one stack is what it takes. And it's gopher cakes. Open wide, stuff your face. There's always room for more gopher cakes. Empty the box, then reload. Eat those gopher cakes till you explode.
Exercised lately?
Till you explode.
Sad, looking back now, the things you go through in life. Scary. The worst thing about being on welfare was my kids, what they really wanted. I had to get a life for my girls and myself. I got off welfare. I got a good job. Makes me the happiest mother in the world. I live for my girls.
We're not asking you to hire everyone on welfare, just one.
We're back and it's controlled chaos here in the studio. I love it. Getting the animals situated in here. When we take a wide shot on one, you'll see a little cat here. But let me introduce my guest first. You are, well, she's crying, Rebecca McDonald. You are the manager of the Clarion County Humane Society. Thanks for coming out tonight. Sure. Let's, first of all, let's introduce the animals we have here. Who do you have over there?
This is Jasmine. She's about a year and a half old. She's a Chihuahua Rat Terrier mix. She came through the shelter when she was 7 weeks old, and she is mine.
Oh, she's yours.
She is my personal animal. We just didn't have any small puppies to bring tonight. So.
All right. And who do I have over here? I don't
You
know if
have a
can
very
see it on
rambunctious kitten, 7 weeks old, female, about the right color for the time of year that she is, and she's got extra toes on her front feet.
And you're probably can hear her crying on the mic. You say color for the time of the year she is. Explain that.
Well, we do a lot of, for autumn and Halloween, the orange cats usually go the pumpkin in the autumn, and yeah, we get a lot of
anything to do with when
orange cat
she's
adoptions.
born.
No.
Oh, I see. And I see that the dog and the cat are fine together. Is that just a stereotype we hear that they don't like each other? Cats and dogs generally are just
If they're raised together.
Really? Okay.
Sure. Anything will get along if they're. Jasmine just is mine and is always at the shelter, so learns very quickly to get along with everybody.
And how old is Jasmine?
About a year and a half.
And how old is this?
About 7
this
weeks.
little lady? 7 weeks. So does that mean she's ready for adoption?
She's ready for adoption. Yes, she is.
So I remember I was just telling you before the break, I have a cat at home, and I remember when I got her, I don't even remember her being this small, and I know we got her as soon as it was possible. How big of a litter was she from?
I don't know what the size of the litter. I know we got 4 in.
How does that work? How do you get the animals come to you?
People bring them kittens. Usually it's their mother cat got caught unexpectedly, so she was brought into the shelter. Usually they give a few away and bring what they can adopt back into the shelter.
Okay. Let's give an overview of your job. What all does you were saying before you have a lot of hats. What all do you have to do?
I'm manager of the Humane Society. We have 3 full-time employees besides myself. I oversee personnel problems as well as taking the animals in. It's usually my judgment as to whether the animals are kept, how long they're kept, and when they get euthanized. And unfortunately at our facility, we do have to euthanize. We are not a no-kill.
Really? Oh, what are, in Pennsylvania, are there no-kill ones, or is that?
I'm probably the wrong person to ask about it, because I don't think that you can have a no-kill facility. There are some that say they're no-kill, but all they do is turn people away. My particular facility never turns anybody away because it's our theory that if we don't take your animal when you need to get rid of it, a lot of people will take it out and dump it. And we are here for the animals. So we do not charge for people to bring their animals in. We simply ask for a donation.
Oh, okay. So what kind of services do you provide there besides taking in animals and the adoption? Is she all right? Is she like,
Oh,
she's
she's
crying.
just
She's just, oh, all right.
Yeah, she's fine.
I don't want to hurt her. Okay. Services you provide.
Well, we take in the animals. We don't limit ourselves to dogs and cats. We have taken everything from rodents to reptiles to all kinds of farm animals, birds, ferrets, anymore. There's just not much we haven't taken in.
Really?
We do charge to adopt them out, just dogs and cats, along with their adoption fee, which would be $30 for a cat or $35 for a dog, mixed breed, $50 for a purebred. Includes the animals are spayed or neutered. We give you a certificate that will pay for that. They have their first shot. They've been dewormed.
Oh.
So the animals, there's a fee for getting them out. It's nominal. No fee for bringing them in.
Okay. You say you don't know the history behind her, but do you know the history behind your dog?
Not really.
No?
She came in with a litter of 2 other sisters, and I just met, again, the girl that adopted one of her sisters. We don't really know. We get as much information that we can, but our shelter's open from 8 to 4, and then we're also open from 4 p.m. to 8 a.m., and a lot of people will bring the animals into what we call our night deposit and leave them, and so we don't get a lot of information that way. We pass on all the information that we know.
That you know. Where are you located at?
We're right on 322 between Clarion and Shippenville, on the other side of the bridge, Shippenville side of the bridge.
Okay. And can people just free to bring them in?
Absolutely. We take in, like I said, any animals. We appreciate that you call for the simple reason that a lot of times people will come in and say, I want this or this or this, and we write it down. If you tell us in advance, a lot of times we can line up somebody to come in and get them before they absolutely have to come in and sit for a couple days. This way it just kind of speeds up our process. Because unfortunately at our facility, we have been averaging for the last 3 months anywhere from 10 to 40 animals a day walking through the front door.
Really? See, I mean, that would be actually something I would think maybe in a major metropolitan area. But yeah. Is it that much? Is that?
Last year we took just shy of 5,000 animals in.
What's your capacity? Are you able to?
Oh no.
Are you able to hold these, or?
We try. Remembering when we get that many in a lot are stray cats or wild cats or sick cats. Mm-hmm. We take in dogs from the Department of Agriculture, from the dogs running at large. We take those in and have to hold them 48 hours and put them up for adoption. Our puppies, if people bring us puppies 7 to 8 weeks old, it's about 99% adoption rate because we service 3 other shelters that don't get enough puppies in.
Oh.
So we transfer them across the state.
Does that mean that you're kind of an oddball shelter, that you get an
No,
excess?
I'm one of the newest shelters, and their spay or neuter program has been in effect so long that they don't get the puppies in. So we transfer to State College, Danville, and Philadelphia.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, talk some more. We're going to talk a little bit about the adoption process as well. We'll be back right after this.
Out from the crowd is easy when you stop in at Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all with many different styles. With our newly expanded shoe and accessory department, you're surely to find that special touch to enhance that new outfit. And if you have a fashion question, our experts are here to help. That's Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall, just off Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday from noon till 5.
Have all the children gone? Long time passing.
Every day, 10 children are killed by gunfire. You can help stop the violence. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT. Not one more lost life, not more grieving family, not one more.
Gone to graveyards one by one. Oh, when will we ever learn?
News travels fast. That's why you need the speed and accuracy of a news team that brings coverage closer to home. Every Tuesday and Wednesday night, join TV5 News for Clarion's only live local newscast on television at 8. Tune in for the latest in regional, state, and national news. Plus, with our newspaper exchange partner, the Clarion News, teaming up to bring coverage closer to home every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Clarion's only live local newscast on television at 8 is here on TV5.
All right, and we're back, and I have a rambunctious little cat over here. All right, as I said before the break, we're going to talk a little bit about the adoption process. Let's say I want to adopt this cute little kitty. If you want a rambunctious kitty, here's one for you.
Right.
How would you go about doing that?
Basically, you just come in, find something that suits your needs, that's fitted to your needs, and we have a form that you have to fill out, basic questions. Are you ready for a kitten? The financial responsibility of a kitten, as well as are you allowed to have kittens or have animals at your home?
Oh, okay.
You know, we if you're renting, we check with landlord on everybody. We
you
make
do.
no discretion. Everybody's landlord gets checked if they're allowed to bring another animal home. And you know, basically what we do is, if it's real small kids, we try not to put a real tiny kitten with those small kids, because they don't fare as well as one that's a week or two older. So we kind of try to suit your needs with it.
And in the way of advice, what all do you provide in that? Maybe someone who's never had a pet before. I was telling you in the break that when we first got my cat, we never had a cat before. What do you provide in the way of advice?
We have all kinds of literature. We give them all the information, the background of the cat that we can. We give literature that different companies give out. Dad's Dog Food donates and gives a lot of literature to people, and some of the local groups also. And we pass on as much information as what we can, and then if you have questions, feel free to call us or contact your vet.
So you don't provide a veterinary service at all?
We do not house a veterinarian, no.
Basically then we adopt from you and we're probably not going to see you again, is that?
Probably not. We have a lot of repeat visitors.
Oh, you do?
That come back, absolutely. A lot of people will bring them back as they've grown up. Look what it's grown into.
Oh, really?
More often that's a dog that we said it was going to be a 10-pound dog that's turned into a 50-pound, or this, you know, this is my Chihuahua that now looks like a, you know, a very large dog. We make no guarantees on the sizes. All we can do is just pass on what we know.
A prediction?
Yeah.
What's the prediction on her here?
No idea.
No idea?
No, a lot on the cats it's a little rougher, because if they're not mousers and you feed them, they're just going to keep growing and getting heavier and
like
heavier.
Mine. I told you, I was telling you, break. I have a 22-pounder at home.
Yep.
And all she does is lay around. But that's general, though, right? I mean, they're not necessarily the most active animal, right?
I don't know. I have 4 cats, and they're all very active.
Are they outdoor?
Indoor, outdoor.
Outdoor. Okay. See, we just keep ours indoor.
Yeah.
Let's talk about now. Maybe it's winter time coming now.
Yes.
What special do we need to do with our animals during the cold times?
Well, what you really need to do is remember that your animals get as cold as what we do. They need to have a shelter. A shelter does not constitute a porch. They have to have, if you have a dog outside, it needs to have a dog house, 3 sides, a roof, a floor, and half the front needs to be partitioned off. It's nice if you can drape something over the door so that it acts as a windbreak. They also need water. You know, you need to check their water. It freezes as quick as you turn around and walk away. You need to check it a couple times a day to make sure that they have something. Or what I do is I just put a heated water bowl out for my dogs.
A heated bowl?
A heated water bowl, and plug it in, and I've got fresh water for them all day. So, I mean, that's always an option. Cats, if they're outside, pretty much can make their way, but, you know, a lot of people, and I think it's a great idea, is they get small dog houses and set it up for the cats.
What advice do you have for maybe people who find a stray animal out on the street? What should they be doing? I mean, is it okay to go ahead and feed that animal, but not necessarily let it come in the house and live with it?
It all depends what you have at home. If you don't have any animals and you find a stray, sure, you can bring it home. If you have 4 or 5 cats and you know they're real healthy and you find a stray cat, you don't necessarily want to bring that into the house, because there's a lot of diseases that can be transmitted to them. Our shelter's open through the night, so you can bring a stray directly to the shelter so they don't have to have any contact with their own animals. But You know, sure. I mean, that's all up to what you feel comfortable doing. Obviously, if it's a dog that's growling at you, I would highly suggest you let it be a stray and call the necessary authorities as soon as you can.
Are you the necessary authorities?
No.
Do you double that? You don't?
No, I'm not a dog
Because I see a badge.
warden. Right. I am an agent for the Pennsylvania SPCA, and I respond to all cruelty investigations, and I cover 10 counties.
Okay.
So I am not a dog warden. They basically handle the animals that are running, dogs that are running loose, and they check the license and the rabies on dogs and cats. I handle basically the animals that are confined. Only my animals are vast. We do everything. Plus, I also hold a license through the Game Commission to do wildlife. So our facility at the Clarion takes in all animals.
Okay. I was going to hit on abuse a little bit. How often do we see it a lot?
Yes.
Really? More than maybe people think?
Much more than what people think. And a lot of times it's just that people don't think about it, so they don't really, you know, if somebody stops by, if I stop by and say, hey, you know, I never really thought about it, and they'll correct the problem and be done with it. Severe abuse, it happens a lot more than what I can believe.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's a lot of it out there, and if you see it, a lot of people, I don't want to get involved, I don't want to turn it in. Well, you know, the animals depend on us, so you need to get involved.
You were saying that if you see something, you're doing spot checks? Is that, or if you just seem to, you're in passing?
People will drive by and see it, or they happen to know it, or, you know, for whatever reason, people will let me know, and you bet if I'm out and around and I see an animal that I don't think is being, you know, that maybe is tied out without a doghouse, I'll stop.
Uh-huh. Now, obviously, you brought a cat and a dog here is kind of the example, but you were saying that you have other animals there. What's the norm? What can we generally find if we want to come and adopt something? Cats and dogs?
Cats and dogs always.
Always?
Kittens, puppies. Usually there's hamsters or guinea pigs. We've had a run on chickens. And then not so much. Last year over this year, we had a lot of pot-belly pigs.
Really?
Yeah, so, you know, it's just a little bit of everything. A lot of times we get them in and we just try really hard to put them right back out. I just got a call today that we're supposed to be getting some geese in, so who knows?
And do people adopt
Absolutely.
geese? Really?
Absolutely.
And what, maybe what are their bans on adopting? Does your office see anything like that? Maybe some type of animal that people aren't allowed to have in this area that people try to give to you?
Like?
I mean, that's what I'm wondering. Is there anything?
No. We'll take everything. The bands that we have, wolf hybrids, we do not adopt back out. It's too dangerous of a breed. We don't adopt out anything with coyote in it. We just don't. And we tell you that before you bring that animal into us. We will not keep it. We will not adopt it out.
What do you?
We'll put it down.
You put it down.
We've had too many, because then we're held liable for that animal, and we just can't do it. Right. So the other things that are banned, people will go out and they go out to Ohio and whatnot, they'll buy a raccoon or this or that, and it's legal there. And as long as they can show proof of purchase, they can get this animal.
Oh.
However, we can't take it because it's still a wild animal. Mm-hmm. And I'm a firm believer, as much rehabilitation as I've done of wildlife, they don't make good pets. Let them be wild.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Now, I saw, is he nervous? She nervous?
She's nervous. Yep.
Well.
Yep. Typical Chihuahua.
Oh, that is? So
Yep.
That's nothing.
No lizard for her.
Was she like lizards or afraid of lizards?
Taco Bell. That's okay.
Oh, I gotcha. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
What do you have in the way of animals? I know we were talking last
Personally?
week. Yes.
Oh, do we really want to go there? How much time do we have? I have personally 16 horses. We have 5 dogs, and our dogs work our horses. They're working dogs, but they also go into the nursing homes with us. We do pet therapy. They're very versatile. They go to high schools and elementary schools with us. I have several cats, a couple cows, sheep, a couple goats. I basically have my own petting zoo, and when we go out, we take all my animals and set up petting zoos. So we've done that at Walmart, and we go to the mall occasionally, so it's just easier to take my animals.
You say that you go out to nursing homes. Where all do you go to do that? I mean, what all kind of services do you provide and go out?
It's limited simply because we're so busy, and we've been getting so many animals in that we just don't have time. We try to hit the nursing, at least there's 5 or 6 major nursing homes we try to hit at least once a year, and it usually happens between Halloween and Christmas. If it happens at Halloween, all the animals go in full costume, and if it's Christmas, then we take the animals and they have their bows and their Christmas bells, and I have a couple miniature horses, so they go. And they're real good. They've learned to do the steps, and they're real good with the people in the nursing homes.
And what about kids?
Well, we go to all the elementary schools. We do educational talks, and when we go to do a talk, the lessons are about an hour talk, and we take 15 animals with us, different varieties.
15, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that about wraps our time up. She was just starting to warm up to me.
That's right. I think you should just come over and adopt her.
She was being, I live in the residence Hollywood, and I told you
okay.
I have a cat at home, and I wouldn't do that. But they're both cute, and you know, we certainly salute the work that you do.
Well,
and
thank you.
Best of luck continuing your. There she goes.
Well, feel free. Those of you that can't adopt, feel free to come over and play with our animals and volunteer. We would really appreciate it.
Great. All right, thank you. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Introducing new frequent phone hours.
Use the phone just 8 hours a week and get this free phone cradle. Use it 12 hours and get a speakerphone.
Use it 15 hours and get this cool headset.
Or stay on the phone 20 hours a week
and get a pasty complexion,
flabby body, and a great new nickname at school.
Exercised lately?
I would like all my friends to be there. I want my mother to be there. My hair's gonna be done so beautiful. A lot of music, a nice blue dress. I want to be beautiful for every single person that goes there. If I get shot, I want to have a nice funeral.
Every day, 10 children are killed by gunfire. Help stop the violence. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT for free information. Not one more lost life. Not one more grieving family. Not one more.
All right, we're back. I was joking during the commercial there. They say that it's hardest to do television with kids and animals, so now I've experienced the animals thing. That was a lot of fun. We would like to thank Rebecca McDonald, manager of the Clarion County Humane Society, and if you want to adopt, you can certainly give them a call, and like she said, if you just want to go out and see the animals, that's great too. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you next week.